Hello and welcome to the Daily Soul Edge News. Oh, yep.
Oh wow,
oh man, we're going back in time for this one.
Devourer of souls.
This is the story mode trailer released for the game from E3.
Oh.
Now let's just go back here instantly. There's something we need to look at here.
Young Siegfried.
So this is Siegfried, because I was curious considering he looks a bit different from the...
Yep, that's
Yep, that's Siegfried.
Oh.
That's Siegfried right there. Completely sane Siegfried.
Yeah, but yeah, this is his Soul Edge days, where he was very kind and all. I never had such easy victory.
That might be showing when Siegfried became evil by first picking up the Soul Edge.
Yep.
And there if you seek Soul Edge.
Oh hey, subtitles.
But I never back down from a challenge.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm choosing not to back down.
There's something with the way Ivy says I like that doesn't sit right with me.
So,
Ooh.
this is a thing I think you will see in-game. I have a very detailed screenshot of this later. We'll talk about that then, but this is very interesting.
Okay.
And here we see some various scenes from the story modes.
Ooh, I like some of this artwork.
Ooh, I am loving
Oh,
this
is
here.
this where people saw Cervantes? Yeah, there he is.
Yep, that is Cervantes. And here's Lizard Man. And this big figure in the background, maybe Astaroth?
Looks Astaroth.
I think so. I mean, like, these characters are all like, I think they're all technically evil, so Astaroth would make sense.
So Ivy's part of the evil faction?
Yeah, she's always been considered a more evil character in the series. Even though she's not actually that evil based on what she does. I don't know.
No, she just kind of does things.
We'll get our revenge.
Yes, pain does indeed lie in the past.
So, this might be showing. I think the official ending to Soul Edge is that Sophia defeats Cervantes. I think she's like damaged while that happens, and like Taki saves her, something like that.
Yes, pain does indeed
Super
lie
spoiler.
And then she goes to take a shower while a giant statue creeps on her.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
all canon.
that boss.
Oh yeah, maybe I should actually be talking about stuff like this. This is Inferno, right?
Looks
Has
very
to
infernal.
be, yeah.
Which games was he the boss in again? Was he in Soul Edge?
1 and 2.
Oh yeah,
No, in Soul Edge it was Soul Edge.
yeah, it was Cervantes who then turned into like this evil Soul Edge form. So as you said, like Soul Edge means Soul Calibur 1 and 2. That's Inferno.
Yep. And he was technically in 3 in the arcade release
Soul Edge is more powerful than ever
Hmm.
before.
for some reason.
I feel like there aren't many cutscenes shown. A lot of the stuff just look like gameplay between characters. Maybe I should pay more attention.
Hmm.
It does look like gameplay, but like,
My own fate.
oh hi Killick. But like gameplay basically like in Tekken 7 where they do specific gameplay movements to play. Oh!
Stuff.
Oh.
So maybe we should pay attention to very obvious stuff like this.
Oh yeah,
A
release
date.
Look
Finally.
at it. Look at it.
Back a bit.
I can't.
Back up.
Yes.
10/20. Got it.
So
But yeah.
19th of October.
2019.
No, rated
No.
bad dice, very bad. So, I just want to quickly add to this that Japan is a little bit more lucky. For them, it's the 18th, not the 19th. They get it one day early.
I'm gonna move to Japan. See you later.
Well, we must remember the old days of Japanese video game releases where they would come out in Japan like months before. All right.
Okay, so I'll delve into this more later because I have more detailed pictures of this.
Okay.
I'll rewatch some of this. Like, is most of this gameplay? Is this a bunch of cut and stuff here? I guess this
Looks
yeah,
like
this is cut
game-
and stuff.
Yeah, that's cutscene.
This is gameplay.
Yep.
Yeah, that looks gameplay. That's
That's
gameplay.
gameplay. That's gameplay.
Gameplay.
That is super gameplay. That is all the gameplay.
Fate is carved with your own hands.
No human can bear that.
So one interesting thing I'm seeing so far is that this is all battles between like main characters. There's no custom-made characters, which was very common in the previous story modes, but maybe they don't want to show that yet.
Soul Edge is more powerful
Most
than
likely.
ever before.
Yeah, there's a little bit of cuts and stuff here, but most of this just looks like character, like battle intros and gameplay.
Soul
So I think
Calibur 6.
I have a hunch, I have a feeling that might not be, the game might not be that cutscene heavy. But let's move on here because this.
I just hope they don't have like a billion storyboard arts that'll do the talking.
This.
Oh yes.
This is interesting on many levels. So this is like the timeline in the game of the story mode. So I think, first of all, I think this means that each character has their own separate story mode. I think like these pips here, I think they represent individual like battles.
That's the idea I've been getting as well when I first saw it.
First of all, I am glad that's the setup. Like I don't like one overall story mode where you force to play specific characters and that story mode is like 2 hours long overall. I think this setup is better where like a separate story mode for each character. I much prefer that. Yeah,
and everyone seems to be getting to take part of it, which is really good.
Yeah, and okay, so I want to quickly point out that we see the timeline here, the years.
Mm-hmm.
The original Soul Edge takes place. I have this written down somewhere. Yeah, 1584. So this seems to tell the storyline basically of Soul Edge as well.
Huh.
Which makes sense because we saw that picture of Sophitia defeating Cervantes, although her story mode starts right here, so that's kind of I don't know.
That's a little silly.
It's possible they've like changed some dates around based on the original games.
Yeah.
And based on the original games, Soul Calibur 1 takes place. Why did I miss where I wrote that? 1587. Which is actually kind of closest to where this story mode ends. And then Soul Calibur 2, 3, and 4 takes place 1591, which is after this story mode ends.
Oh.
But they have said in interviews like this is supposed to cover events of Soul Calibur 2 as well, but I mean, they could have just like shuffled like the years around since this is a reboot.
Yeah.
It's possible, I mean...
Taking some liberties.
Okay, the most interesting thing about this is like, so they've blurred out names, right?
Yes.
And these are probably unannounced characters, right?
And there might be even more underneath like this banner.
They could have done a better job blurring this because we see the length of the name. We see like a rough estimate of the length. This makes me very tempted, and I might do this as an extra podcast. I might want to figure out the exact font used and like take a bunch of pictures of various names and like try to line them up.
This one's Talon, I'm calling it.
That's what we think as well.
Like when I looked at this closely, I tried to sharpen the image as well. I kind of swear that this is an A, and like here-ish is an M.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too.
Yeah, and like this is a shorter name that maybe that's Voldo has 3 longer names. That's like could be Cervantes, Lizard Man. Trying to think of all the longest name. Hopefully Cassandra is there somewhere.
Is Raphael lengthish? Raphael?
Maybe the bottom of those 3.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like Raphael would be shorter than all of these 3 names.
Yeah. Actually.
And these 3 names are longer than like Sophitia. I don't know. So, I think there's supposed to be 10 unannounced characters like right now, and like this banner here might be like hiding like up to 3, but this doesn't add like the unannounced like blurred names that doesn't add up to 10. So maybe some characters won't have a story mode. I don't know.
Possible. Although it is a little weird if those characters are also Calibur related, considering Gold gets to be part of it.
Well, I mean, they've always done that, right? Like, if you go back to previous games, like guest characters, they've always had their own story modes, like in Soul Calibur 4 and Soul Calibur 2.
Yeah, I think only Ezio is the one that got cheated out of it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean, where did you go?
That sort of thing.
What are you doing?
Huh? You okay, man?
I'm on the timeline, you guys. I'm in the game.
You are? I'm trying to find you. I don't see you.
I'll get him out of there.
Oh my Jesus Christ!
It's a very small dot. I assume this is a 4K screenshot.
Raymond, get back here. Get back here.
Actually, it's a 1080 screenshot.
Oh.
Do you guys have anything else to add about this?
I'm just glad they're finally showing off the story mode.
I'm glad it looks much more intriguing than Soul Calibur 5's. Like, even just
Oh,
here
yeah.
at the first glance. That everyone, like, the characters we actually know and love gets to take part of it. And not be, oh, hey, you're playing as Patroclus and Pyrrha, and then Swy for a second.
I just want to point out one thing. Okay, so... Okay, so, do you think this is Talim?
Yes.
I think it's Talim.
Okay, so Talim, it's Soul Calibur 2, takes place 1591. Yeah. It is 1583. I can't remember her exact age in Soul Calibur 2, but okay, so we're playing as an 8-year-old Talim? 8-year-old Talim?
I mean,
Oh,
they could be doing liberties again and changing her age around.
Yeah,
Just to have her
I assume that will change the age of a lot of characters, but it would just be, it's a funny idea of playing as an 8-year-old Talim.
I mean, it would have another Yoda situation on our hands.
Trying to think about the time periods, like who could these be based on time periods?
Yeah, hard to tell.
For instance, if one of these is Cassandra, you'd think they would overlap with Sophia, so maybe this one has a chance to be Cassandra. I don't know.
That's possible.
Maybe one of these two is Cervantes. Like Cervantes would definitely be involved early on this, or like super early. So maybe this is Cervantes.
Oh yeah, like he's pretty much like the one who's pulling the ropes for the first game.
Wait a minute. Hang on. I think we're overlooking something here.
We are.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, we're focusing on the pips for the individual characters, but there's selectable main story pips right at the very top. Look, there's a cursor as highlighted on one of the main story pips.
Oh wait. It's possible like
So it could be that this screen changes depending on which of these pips is selected.
Or maybe this is a separate option, like there's an overall story mode, and then there's story mode for the characters?
Tekken 7 did do it like that. So that's possible.
I think, yeah. I think maybe that's more likely.
Though in Tekken 7's case, those characters only got like one fight and then an ending.
Although, that's true. Actually, I was gonna say like maybe the story mode ends early, but maybe this isn't like fully unlocked. Maybe it's supposed to go even further here.
Alright, I'm assuming this Japanese text in here is just a generic select or OK option, but if someone could translate that to make sure that'd be
Oh yeah, I should have looked into that. Didn't think about that.
Because obviously this is relating to whatever this cursor.
Oh yeah, like this is definitely like the one selected right now. And I guess spoiler alert: main story Chronicle 12 is Killick versus Grow. sorry about the spoiler.
How could you?
I'm sorry. Okay, maybe we'll move on to other news because we have a lot of stuff to talk about.
Whew.
Like Nightmare.
Yeah, he has a hand.
Yeah, I have a ton of screenshots of the story mode here. I have to say that I'm very sad. I'm very sad. I'm officially sad.
Okay, why?
I'm officially sad. Noise.
Film grain.
So
Disgusting, I'm out.
the cutscenes in Tekken 7, were they real time or were they pre-rendered?
Some were real time, but a lot of them were pre-rendered.
Yeah, I think I remember almost all of them being pre-rendered. I hope that's not the case here. I hope they're real time this time around.
Were they real time in 5? I don't think they were. I don't think they were real time in 5.
No, they were definitely pre-rendered in 5, definitely.
The thing is, if there is a lot of pre-rendered video in the game, and that pre-rendered video is rendered at 4K to support the upgraded consoles, it might explain the 60 gigabyte install size on PC.
Oh, I forgot to include the system requirements thing. I guess we can just say that, just talk about that.
Yeah.
By looking for a link.
I'm on it.
That's my boy.
That's Killick and Grove.
Still my boy.
That's wait,
Show
I
me
think
what you got.
I showed the same screenshot twice. I guess I included twice by accident.
Hey, he's my boy, my girl.
Killick and Shanghua has chosen you, but
Click and Shanghua have chosen me? Why?
Is it the cake?
Why is it?
Is it the banana? What has chosen me? What?
Hello, I'm here.
Jill has chosen you. Why do you resist? Why do you resist the cake and the banana?
Because
Well,
look at you. Have you looked in the mirror, mate? You're clearly evil.
You clearly need more souls. Okay,
That is
what
it
are
means
you
to be
doing
human.
here? Like, Trunks said that line in Dragon Ball Super already.
It's again, we're missing the first part. Like, is he saying like eating cake? That is what it means to be human.
It's a
My
pretty
own
human thing to do.
fate.
Being
Well-
human means his own fate. Okay, gotcha.
Well, actually, from the trailer, they said he will decide his own fate. So, yeah.
Mother, I am ready.
Well,
wait.
good to know.
That's Soul Calibur.
Yep.
That's Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur.
Well, I
Soul Calibur.
believe the canonical ending of Soul Calibur 1 was that Shanghua wielded Soul Calibur to
Yeah.
win.
So it's interesting that even though it's a reboot, like it seems to be pretty faithful to the original events of the franchise.
There's the...
Defending history
Uh,
and the world.
Move yourself
A
a bit. Just
tale
dip
of
down.
soul and salt, eternally Jill.
There we go. That classic line needs to be in
Eternally
full.
me? Yeah.
Oh, that's the same nightmare screenshot again. Whoops. Oh,
Hmm.
and yeah,
Oh,
Ooh.
and here's a bunch of.
oh, hey,
artwork.
hey! I want. Oh, wait, that's not Shanghua. Sean Leon. Sorry.
Yeah. I think a big story thing for Killick in Soccer 1 was that he was like romantically involved with her, and then she died, and then he became angry. I think
really
that
like that design, though. I really like this design.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently there's a bunch of stuff. Oh, hey. That's
Careful with that axe, bro.
That's definitely Astaroth. I just
Oh, hey,
realized.
Astaroth.
Oh,
how you doing?
yeah, it is.
But yeah, like there's a ton of artworks, so it seems like they'll be going with this style for the story mode. Maybe for like the character stories, like it'd be mainly artwork rather than cutscenes.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It looks a lot better than Street Fighter V's art, at least. Out of that one.
I actually think this is a good thing, because if you look at story mode in fighting games, which are mostly cutscenes, they tend to be pretty short, and you like usually force to play as specific characters. I feel like doing stuff like this lets them spend a smaller budget on the story mode and lets them have a longer and more in-depth story mode by relying more on artwork. So I'm actually super okay with this.
It looks nice too. Like,
Yeah.
this is some really nice drawings.
Yeah.
Aww. He looks even more Elvis now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I have it visible anywhere here, but I saw a picture of Moxie in his armor with his armor break, and his hair actually goes down. Like he loses his Elvis hair when his armor broke, and I found that kind of funny.
He touched the dew.
They did.
And they also have these kind of story sequences where two characters talk to each other. Character portraits.
Oh.
And here is the bad guy from Survivor 5 making an appearance.
Hey, Nikali, are you still here to devour our hour?
Oh god. But yeah, I guess that's actually evil Killick.
That it is.
They could be twins.
Oh, who could be twins? The plot.
Look at
Oh,
this.
what if it's talking about Sophie and Cassandra?
They're not even the same age.
Oh. Okay.
So do you guys recognize this art style? This artist?
Should we?
I don't know, maybe. There's a tiny chance.
Feel like I should, but it's
Have you
not.
heard of Hiroaki?
It's not ringing any bells, I'm afraid.
Not yet right now.
Okay, just me then, because he's a really cool artist. He's done a lot of artwork for SNK games like this.
Oh, you know, there was something bugging me. It was like, I feel like I should recognize it, but the name's not coming to me. Yeah, I see the resemblance.
Yeah. He's
Can
my
we
second
go
favorite
back 2
SNK artist.
pictures?
Hmm?
Can we go back 2 pictures in this? One more forward. Zoom in on this guy right here. Bottom right here.
This one?
Yeah. I have no idea why, but I'm getting Street Fighter 5 Ken vibes from this man.
But this artist, I really like the style of. He's cool.
Jesus, that is stylish.
Cough.
Cough up.
Okay. So, we have more news, and this is groundbreaking news. Do you remember the last podcast?
Yeah.
Do you remember the
Okay.
bit where I did design work for Namco?
Yeah.
Well, they used it.
What? Seriously?
This is a pre-order bonus for Soul Calibur 6
Oh,
in
fuck
Japan.
off, Bandai Namco.
You get this bikini if you
Of
pre-order
all
the game
the
in Japan.
things, guys, of all the things. You're doing this. Really? Where's my bathing suit for Keelik, huh? Huh?
I'm sorry. It's only this bikini. It's only for female characters. I'm sorry.
Disappointing.
And so if people had any doubt, it's also pretty much super confirmed that like that character creation customization thing, that is definitely returning.
Even her post just suggests it.
Hmm.
And this exact bikini is also in Soul Calibur 5. This screenshot. This is a goodish way to compare the body models, which this is just the same body model, isn't it? Like you can look at the belly button here, like that looks 100% identical.
Mm-hmm.
So
At most, I'd say the thighs are a bit thicker. Very slightly thicker.
Don't read too much into the internet.
so
Please do not take that out of context.
so
I don't want that to be my legacy.
considering they're reusing body models, they're reusing some assets from Soul Calibur 5. I hope this means that basically all of the character creation items from 5 are returning, because that means like the character creator should be pretty in depth if they like use Soul Calibur 5 assets and more, like and new ones.
Jeez, I'm not even gonna
Also-
be able to play the main game then.
I want it on the record. I still want Dark Souls items in the character creator thing.
Yeah, I agree with Ryman.
Okay, there's even more news.
Here we go.
So yeah, the collector's edition and season pass and digital soundtrack stuffs. So as we can see here, this is the Jill figure, 35 centimeters.
Where?
Oh, it was actually Sophia. Oh, sorry. Let's see. I have even more pictures here with more details, like this. Actually, this doesn't have more details. Does it?
Metal case with built-in sound box featuring
Oh, yeah,
4
that's silly.
epic in-game voiceover snippets.
No, Ice Wave. Featuring 4 epic in-game voiceover snippets.
Oh, hey,
You have to say it epically.
All right.
This is the first time we're seeing the ESP rating.
Oh.
I'm sorry for destroying the moment. I'm sorry.
Well, we've definitely seen the partial nudity already, and
I don't know what you're talking about.
yes, you do.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You do.
Okay, yeah. So yeah. Wait, are these different collector's editions?
They look a tiny
this
bit
one has an
different.
art book. Well, why are they different? Like, I want the one with the art book.
And you get a metal case with built-in sound box. With... Forward?
Wait, is this the Peggy one? Like, this is the European one, and this is the American one? Because I want the one with the art book, goddammit.
Why do the Americans always get more?
Why do they do different ones? It's
I want
really
that back.
complicated to keep track of.
It's a big art book, 220 pages. I want that. Okay, more.
I just want
more
to-
pictures. Sorry. Were you gonna say something?
I just want the metal case.
But it's, you really want this? You really want this? You really want the sound box?
I just want 4 epic in-game voiceover snippets.
What if you have a cat and they like walk on this, like activated all day long?
I have a dog. Might happen. Or he'll bark at it.
Okay, more news. Season pass includes
Yes.
5 packs.
This is the one that has me a bit iffy. One part.
So 3 playable characters, 2 armor packs, and then another playable character. In other words, 4 playable characters.
This part here rubs me the wrong way a little bit. I don't really like that the playable character is a season pass bonus.
The wording here is a little bit weird. Like I wonder if this bottom part means that it's like Soul Calibur 5, where you get a playable character instantly, like from day 1, if you have the season pass, like with Dampierre.
Possible?
And there's a little bit of potentially bad news. There was an interview with Ogabo during E3 where he said that I don't have the exact quote, but he said something along the lines of, like, someone asked him, hey, is Geralt the only guest character in the game? And he said that at launch, yes. Which makes me think, will they do the Tekken 7 thing where the DLC characters are guest characters?
Very likely.
I just want more returning characters. I don't care that much about guest characters.
Oh dear.
But yeah, so now we know, like, DLC will be 4 playable characters in total. I kind of was hoping it would be like 10. I want more characters.
Also, you get 2 armor packs, which...
The question is, how quickly will they be rolling this stuff out after launch?
Well,
Tekken took...
Oh yeah, Tekken was slow, wasn't it?
Yeah,
was very
Tekken
slow.
took like 8 months or so. 9 maybe, actually.
Okay.
So Tekken 7, they had like that vampire girl as security bonus, right?
Yeah.
And then they released...
It was
the
Tekken Bowling,
Goose.
Howard Geese from KOF, and then Noctis
Howard
from Final
Geese.
Fantasy 15 for some reason.
I think Geese took like 3 or 4 months, and the Final Fantasy 15 characters took like 8 months? Something like that?
Yeah, sounds about right.
I will assume, since they've already like they have a season pass for this, they're marketing this, like it'll take short amount of time, because I feel like if you have to wait almost a year to get all of this, that's a long time.
Although
Yeah, I hope it's faster.
something we have to keep in mind is that because this is an online fighting game, in order to avoid like disruption, like even if you don't own the season pass, the game will probably update with the data for those characters when their characters are ready.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Text.
hello.
This is from a Japanese website where I used Google Translate.
Ah,
So this shows the order
Ball's
of
playable
things.
character. I'm sorry, what now?
Yes, we'll get to play as Balls. It's a returning character from 5, where people just created a custom character with balls where you couldn't see anything, like gigantic balls. Very popular, so they decided to make 2 of them.
enjoy the game more.
Okay, I checked with someone who could understand Japanese, and the balls thing, that's just Google Translate. This just says playable character 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
So yeah, but this tells
Okay.
us the order. I also wonder that like DLC character 1, that's basically at launch or something. I wonder.
Curious how this mentions more than 5 packs though. We've got 6 here.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, but I guess like one of them is this
Oh,
season
yeah.
pass playable character.
yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah. Let's see, I have more stuff. Arcade stick.
Oh, arcade
Oh,
stick.
of course, from our friends at Hori.
Hori.
Never actually used an arcade stick before. Could never justify the
Neither
price.
have I, but I really want to one day.
I actually usually play Soul Calibur on arcade stick. I hate how bulky and large they are. They're super inconvenient to use. But yeah, this will be launched in Japan with the game, like same date as the game, and it's made for PS4.
It doesn't really look like it's gonna rest on your legs very well.
Yeah, I want like a mini arcade stick, but they're just too. I hate how bulky they are. They're so large. Also, I like that this is now a typical design for arcade sticks. We have this lid over the start button to prevent you from accidentally hitting it. I find that super funny.
So what,
It's
you
not
can
even
just,
that
you
close
can just-
to the old one.
you
but
can just close that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what these switches are, like turbo switches or something.
looks like it
I
might be.
do see that there is a turbo one there.
Yeah. Well. Okay. More news.
Jesus, word, it won't stop coming.
Stages.
That's a lot of stages. All
Yeah.
of a sudden.
Did a ton, like, so E3 had a new build of the game, and I guess they just decided to randomly show off all the stages. Like, all but 2 stages are available in the E3 build.
Very good. Very good.
Maybe the last 2 are like story spoilers or something.
Maybe. I know that some stages have variants. So it looks like, for maybe like if you select this, then you can select variants or something, or maybe that's round based.
I think it might be.
This one looks pretty.
Yeah, I really like that one. Caught my eye really fast.
More news. They've updated the character select screen, so they added 4 new slots, and they added the made one of the slots be the random button. So I want to say we had a podcast where we like actually added specifically these 4, and also we added one in the middle. Like the middle ones, I feel is pretty obvious.
Yeah. clearly we are actually the development team.
So this
Information
means
here.
that at launch we can expect at least 23 characters. Maybe, well, I would assume one of these slots is like a creator Soul slot.
I really
have
hope
ha-
so.
I have a hunch they're going to keep the middle slot empty, just for aesthetic reasons.
Maybe. Another thing is that they've also added another weird thing. You see what this thing? What is this?
Maybe another aesthetic thing. Maybe it's like it looks like there's a line attached to this circle.
The thing is, I kind of made this screenshot at a bad frame, but this thing is also visible right here. Like it's tied to the random.
Oh no. No.
What?
No. Do not be a Destiny style analog stick mouse cursor bullshit. Please.
No, it is not that. Like
Okay, good.
we've seen this in motion. Like this is just like a normal like thing. But yeah, like these things, they don't seem to do anything when this is animated. So I don't know.
Okay.
Good, because the Destiny mouse cursor on a controller is so slow.
Yeah. I added a quick variant of this with 3 characters I find super obvious. Astaroth, Cervantes, Vol. I think they're insanely likely to be in this game.
Yep.
I also like where he placed them. That I could actually see them be added right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they're with the rest of the more villainous characters.
And like Astaroth is opposing Moxie, I think they're not really nice friends with each other. I wasn't sure where to place
I don't
Cervantes
think
and
they
Vol,
would
but-
go and share a drink at least.
But yeah, like the story mode stuff also showed Lizard Man, so I don't know, like I guess it's possible he's just like referenced but not actually playable. But I feel like that's a big hint he's playable.
He's probably going to be playable.
That makes me slightly sad because if you have Lizard Man with sword and shield, that reduces the chances of Cassandra with sword and shield, which I really want to see in this game. So so that means 7 slots. Like if we say these are given, that means 7 slots right now, which are unknown. So I would. I mean, no, okay. I should also mention, Okubo had a tweet where he super heavily hinted that Talim will be in the game. So we can just assume that like this slot is like Talim. So that means 6 slots, which are known. So I don't know.
Can't wait to jump on people's faces repeatedly.
I can't wait to stuff a stick in your face, Ragman.
Wow. Them's fighting words, which is good because this is a fighting game.
Bring it.
So, like I said this in the previous podcast, but I'm getting worried. Like this, I still don't have a main announced so far, and we don't have that many slots for them to go through. And there's a chance the DLC character might just be more guest characters.
But can they really add like that many guest characters with Sword and Shield that people like would want to see? I mean, I know 2B is the obvious, but like after that, I mean, Link, that's not going to happen because Nintendo would never let him show up on anything not Nintendo.
Yeah, stuff like Link. I feel like if they go through all of the various characters in the game industry, I think they have plenty of characters they could they could also just go back and retake characters which were shown in earlier Soul Calibur games as guest characters. Like Yoda.
You could try to bring back Arthur, like
another
Ezio,
thing.
yeah.
Another thing to keep in mind is Bandai Namco. They also publish a lot of like anime games.
You heard it here, folks. Goku's gonna be in Soul Calibur.
So
Kidding, I'm sorry, Ragman.
So 23 characters here, right?
Yeah.
And we know there will be 4 DLC characters. Does that mean will the final roster be exactly 27 characters?
It's
Sounds
looking
that
that way.
That's an okay total amount. I think that's. I don't have the numbers next to me, but I think that's very similar to the amount of characters in 4 and 5.
Yeah, it's a pretty reasonable number.
But yeah, I think I have one more thing to show off here.
Okay.
This is the old HUD gameplay.
Yes.
All right.
Pretty
Yes.
bad quality screenshot. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. The HUD is visible. That's the
Yes.
important part here.
And in the new build, they showed this. Very
It
different.
looks so much better.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
I've
I
got
like
a
this news.
comparison point. Yeah.
I also noticed they removed some of those cutoff points.
Yeah, these ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, now that there's only one, which I assume has a gameplay significance. Because I don't know if we already know that.
Yeah, I think it's something that you take slightly less damage when you're past that point.
Okay, yeah, that sounds familiar.
think that was it. Also good to see blonde Elvis Presley's back.
Oh, and they changed the font. What is that different? A little smaller.
The names actually now look really small in comparison to the health bars
Jesus
now.
Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay, I'll just start playing some random gameplay footage, as I mentioned.
I'm gonna
some
go
more
check on
things.
my
What-
dog really quickly. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
It's barking.
Okay, so... Oh, actually, first of all, that's Taki without a mask. I think we get a close-up here at one point. Her
It's
outfit's
Taki
also seen
without.
better days.
Yeah, it's Taki without a lot of things.
Okay, unfortunately I got a local version of this video. There's a much better quality version available on YouTube. But yeah, that's Taki, that mask.
So yeah, actually, before we go on, we should probably mention, since this video came from NVIDIA, NVIDIA also has a page up with the system requirements
Oh yeah, we
for
can
the PC version.
we can just go through that now.
Yeah, now, of course, because it's on an NVIDIA page, it doesn't mention any AMD system requirements. So if you have an AMD CPU or graphics card, I'm sorry, we don't know. But you can try and extrapolate from the Intel and NVIDIA requirements. But the minimum CPU is an i3-4160, which is a 2-core, 4-thread thing, which is okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No
Hello,
worries.
we're talking about the system requirements right now.
Indeed. And the minimum graphics card, it says it recommends a GTX 1050, or under legacy GPUs, it says a GTX 660, 750 Ti or equivalent.
I think that's a fairly low requirement, right?
Yeah. I mean, I have a 660 in my old computer, and that's maybe 6-7 years old now at this point.
That makes me pretty happy.
Bare minimum, you're going to need 6 gigs of RAM because games are RAM hungry these days.
Yeah.
Of course, Windows 7, 8.1 or 10, 64-bit only. Probably the biggest thing here is the hard drive space. You need 60 gigs of space because AAA video games take up a lot of space these days.
Like 60 gigs, like as you mentioned earlier, that has to mean like the cutscenes are pre-rendered. I have no idea how they would otherwise make this game.
Not
be
just
60 gigs.
pre-rendered, but probably pre-rendered in 4K.
Yeah.
Or maybe both 4K and 1080p. Maybe it'll scale.
Yeah.
I think that's a little bit disappointing because it would have been cool to see, like to have like customized outfits during the cutscenes, but we won't get that if they're pre-rendered.
Meanwhile, that's the minimum requirements I went over just now. Recommended as a Core i5-4690, so that's a true quad-core. Graphics card, GeForce GTX 1060 or equivalent or higher, it says. 8 gigs of RAM, and the rest of the same. It also mentions here that there will be a dynamic adjustment setting for the graphics settings, which will dynamically raise and lower the quality of the graphics settings to ensure a smooth, consistent 60 FPS
Yeah,
is
Tekken 7
achieved.
has to too.
I wonder if it does that always on consoles.
I would assume it does.
Okay, so
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh, there might be a little more here.
Oh?
Let me check this link. Oh, no.
okay, false alarm, nothing more.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a couple of minor things I can add, which I've seen people mention here and there. So in one of the interviews at E3, Okubo said that they've focused on making a lot of the execution-heavy moves easier to do. So there's a bigger focus on mind games rather than like doing really complex inputs, which I think is a good change.
Does this mean Ivy will be easier to play?
I imagine that like Ivy's crazy throws, surely those will be one of the rare things they haven't messed with, because that's kind of like a staple to her.
Okay.
Getting ready.
I have another video here, which I have kindly borrowed/stolen from BG247. So if, by the way, here we can see like this is the thing I mentioned earlier, like it's visible on that side of the screen as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what that represents. I think there's no chance of this being the case.
Oh wait, because it's tied to random over there.
I heard someone speculate like, could this be like 2 buttons representing flipping like pages of the character select. But that would mean the roster is absolutely freaking gigantic.
Yeah.
The only way I can see that making sense is that you flip this, and then you see like blank slots you can then allocate to like custom made characters. I think that would actually be cool if it's made like that.
I
would
don't
be pretty
know.
cool.
The more I look at this, the more I think it's just some weird aesthetic quibble with this UI. It is weird how it's only
yeah.
down here, not at the top as well. But
Like,
I've seen weirder things.
Yeah, if this is just an aesthetic thing, they just make no sense to me. And still, we've only have like different colors, no alternate outfits so far, but hopefully that'll be in the game.
If there's one thing I could see them charging money for, it would be full-on extra new outfits.
Here we have a mouse cursor. The guy who made this video said that like he was at E3 recording this as far as I know, and they told him like this was recorded off an Xbox One, but I don't know. I see a mouse cursor. I don't know. But yeah, I have some other things I can mention. Someone has been looking through this gameplay. They've noticed various small things. For instance, like they've been adding moves to Xianghua compared to other showings. Like she randomly got one of the moves from Soul Calibur 2 back.
Oh.
Okay.
Excellent.
They've noticed that reversal edge has been slightly nerfed. Like I think it can be it can be cancelled by the opponent some ways now. And Yoshimitsu has brave edges. Like he's the only guy who can like use the meter on on making certain moves more powerful. And they've apparently randomly added Just Guard back. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I wasn't a huge fan of that mechanic, but I will.
But why though?
Anyway.
Just Guard.
Can we just guard it out of here again?
Through my nose, but I've mentioned almost all of this so far. Taki can place seals on targets and then detonate them later, so like a fun mechanic.
That sounds pretty cool. This game looks like it's running in slow motion.
Oh yeah. I did notice that during with this video. Like the guy is talking over this video, and he mentioned that he had performance issues. I wonder if that's what is happening.
It looks a lot like it.
It definitely looks slower.
They've got a few months to sort out these kind of niggling issues.
Yeah. So yeah, the game is out in just 4 months now, and if they're developing this game the same way they develop all Soul Calibur games, that means the game will be 100% finished in 2 months, because they usually have like 2 months between like the final build and the actual release date. There was one talk with Okuba at E3 where he mentioned that he basically had to argue with his bosses to get a few months extra of development time on this game. It's kind of worrying to hear stuff like that, because I just want them to get all the time they want to finish this game.
Yep.
Like I'm still worried about the roster. Like I guess I'm just asking too much, but I just want I want them to do the same thing they did with Smash. They announced with Smash they're literally making every single character return in the latest Smash game. Like that's an insane roster.
That
I
is
love
still
it.
insane.
I still love that so much.
And I would love that. I want Yun Sung, Talim, Raphael, Cassandra, Tira, Sasalamel, Sasama is over here, and Setsuka and Hilda. I want everyone to return. Everyone. All the characters.
I just want Hilda. It's what I need.
Mostly Cassandra and Raphael, though. Like those two. If they aren't in the game, I'm gonna be real
I absolutely
mad.
want them to.
I'm gonna scream.
It just feels right when they're there. Same with Talib. Like, it just feels right.
I'm gonna throw twigs around.
Oh no.
Rant on Twitter. Facebook.
Oh no.
Yeah, you heard me.
I'll be fine if Talib and Sungmin are in here.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I think we've covered everything.
Everything.
Alright.
This screen still looks like this.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I mean,
Very, very.
it clearly doesn't need to be this big, but ooh. Controls.
Mappings. It looks identical to previous games.
Yeah, it does.
Messy hair.
Oh yeah. This I think this is where his hair becomes messy. Loses his Elvis hair.
I actually kind of think this over the Elvis hair. I'm not gonna lie.
But yeah, I was gonna quickly mention again that maybe like if I can figure out the exact font this is, I might have like maybe we'll do like a very short podcast tomorrow where we try to line text up here to figure out which like who these characters specifically are, because I think it's possible. Like this seems to very exactly show like the size of the name. I feel like Namco might have done a mistake here and letting people figure out some of these characters.
Or maybe they want you to, so the speculation and is around the web.
I am surprised that's all they did to hide the names.
Yeah.
Like, a solid black bar might have been more effective.
Yeah. It reminds me of many years ago. Do you remember the name of the creative director of God of War 1?
Wasn't that the...
The name was on my tongue, but
Isn't that David Jaffe?
Yeah.
Oh,
David
okay.
Jaffe. So I can remember many years ago he made this blog post about God of War 3. Like he got an email by the developers about the game, and he blurred out most of the emails. He could just highlight one specific part, but people were able to figure out exactly what all of the blurred parts mean. Like you have to be careful unless you like really blur it. It might be possible to tell what this says. But yes, that's it.
Okay.
Yay.
So we will see people maybe as early as tomorrow. We'll see. Either way, bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Aha, I'm in front.
I'm the bottom layer. It's a very sad life down here.